One of the major enhancements that are coming out in this release 3 for Sage Intacct 2024 is the ability to convert multiple documents into a single purchasing transaction. Very construction specific, but will be used across the platform. You'll notice it up here. If you're in your home page, you'll see it listed as one of their top enhancements for this release. And basically what we're talking about is giving the flexibility of allowing when an AP vendor sends you a bill, it may be for multiple purchase orders, it may be for multiple subcontracts, all in one bill. You're now going to have the ability to grab multiple purchase orders or subcontracts when converting them into an AP bill. And that's what we're going to go in and show you. You're going to have the ability to do it at the summary level as far as grabbing the whole document, multiple documents at a time and bringing them in, or doing it specifically line by line or item or, purchase order line number by line number. And we're going to go in and show you that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it and take a look. You can definitely look through it in the notes, in the release notes. There's a bunch of information on it in the release notes now. There's even a little video as well. So, definitely dive into it for sure. But basically, here's what needs to happen. So in your system, you'll be at top level. You need to enable this functionality. So you're going to do that at top level directly in purchasing under setup configuration. Once you're in there, you're going to go into the enable functionality section and you're going to search for, and it should be at the bottom, this right here, enable conversions for multiple source documents. You're going to go ahead and check that off. And then you're going to click save. Now mine's already saved, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now, this does not make the convert method go away. So if you don't have a need for this and you pretty much get billed by purchase order or subcontract, you like the functionality of being able to go into purchasing, go into subcontract list and clicking convert, you're still going to be able to do that and you can still do that method. This gives you an additional option where you can do it directly from the invoice transaction definition or document. So what I mean by that is once you enable that, you're going to be able to go into purchasing and you're going to have a vendor invoice or subcontract invoice or whatever your transaction definition is that's linked to that purchase order or subcontract. And I'm going to use the subcontract one for an example. You're going to be able to come into your subcontract invoices and click the plus button from here. And you're going to be able to select your vendor. So I'm going to pre-fill High Peak Plumbing. And at that point, this is doing this, you're going to be able to click this convert from an existing transaction right from here. So I can click this box right here and it's going to show me all the subcontract documents. Now, I apologize for this. You don't see any here because I am at top level. So my apologies here. Let's jump over to the GC. This can also be a video of what not to do. But we'll come into here and I'm going to go ahead and try that again. And I'll grab High Peak Plumbing. And now if I click convert, I see a list of all the subcontract documents out there for High Peak Plumbing. And that is the one caveat here is it's by transaction definition. So I can't take a purchase order and a subcontract and pull them together. I need to grab it from within that transaction definition that it flows over to. So in this case, subcontracts, I can come into here and say, you know what? They're billing me for this project, $950 Best Buy. I can select that and that will generate that down just like if you converted it into the invoice. And then you can also come back into here again and click convert again and then say they're also invoicing me for the new Excel headquarters. So I can select that one and that will also load that in. And you'll notice here, it's going to store each of the documents and it's going to grab, if you had multiple document lines, subcontract lines on each of those subcontracts, it would show you all the lines here. I just happen to have one. And then it'll bring all the coding in, and it'll pre-fill in with what's left to convert. Maybe they're not billing you for the full thing here. Maybe they're just billing you for 100,000 of it, so you can do all the changes that you normally could do in the system. So you can do it that way. Now you can also do it, I'm going to start over again. I'm going to click cancel here. You can also do it this way. I can come into purchasing and go into subcontract invoices again, hit the plus button. Same thing, I'm going to grab my vendor, High Peak Plumbing. Instead of selecting it here, I want to pick individual lines because maybe it is a purchase order and there's 10 lines and I'm only picking one of the lines here. So I can come into here into my source document ID. Now, if you do not see this on your entry screen, you can get to it from the details as well, but I would recommend adding it to the view. And so just a little reminder, if you want to add it to the view, you're going to go up to more actions, edit entries layout. And I already have mine on here, but you would grab it down here and drag it up and put it on that view. Okay, I already did that. So I'm just going to hit cancel here. And now I can hit my drop-down list. And because I selected that vendor already, it's going to show me the subcontracts for that vendor, just like that list we saw before. And you could select it here. If you're unsure of it, you can click view and it'll take you into that subcontract document. You can see the detail. And you can see the line items and all that stuff like that. And now, once I select that subcontract or purchase order, then it'll say, all right, which line on that document do you want to bring in? And again, I only have one line, but if I had multiple, I could maybe I'm just being billed for one of the lines. And now it pre-fills all the information in. And maybe they're just billing me for 10,000 here. And then I could do the same thing on the next line. Go grab a different agreement, grab my line, and that's going to pre-fill in all the coding. And there's 2 jobs there, all in one bill. And I can say they're billing me for 20,000 of that. I can post it. Well, need a vendor document number still, invoice number. Post that in there. And that will post cost to both projects. And my cost coding isn't right on here. I have a smart rule, so we're just going to ignore that for now. Okay, and it's not going to let me because this is set up incorrectly. Yeah, it's going to a group cost code. But anyways, now you have the ability to convert multiple documents, purchasing subcontract documents into one AP bill. Before this release, you really would have to do a separate AP bill for each purchase order or subcontract instead of, so if they sent you one bill, you'd have to separate it. So as soon as R3 comes out, you'll no longer have the need to do that. So you can actually do the conversion this way or keep doing it the same way that you've been doing it before. And that is the enhancement for multiple documents into a single purchasing transaction. Thank you.